What is going on, my fellow navigators? Welcome back to another video. My name is PokeNav and I am here to help you navigate the world of Pokemon one video at a time. Today guys, you all know what we're talking about and we are getting back into investing. That's right, investing in Pokemon cards. And today's topic is about the top 5 newer Pokemon card sets that I think you all should be invested in. And guys, this is really one of the most popular series here on the channel thus far, and it really goes to show just how involved and just how much you guys appreciate the topic of investing in Pokemon cards. And I just first want to make mention to all of those who have actually reached out to me, whether on YouTube or on Instagram, with your questions, your comments. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Hopefully I've gotten back to everybody in regards to your questions, comments that you've had on some of my previous videos that have discussed this very topic of investing. So thank you guys so much. Now before we begin guys, the first thing that I want to do is I want to remind everybody to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are interested in investing in Pokemon cards, which y'all should be at this point, right? You guys have seen the prices online at this point. I don't know anybody that shouldn't be interested in this topic. I mean, the stock market's tanking right now and Pokemon cards are at an all-time high. So if there was ever a better time to get interested and to pay attention, guys, now is the time. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, be sure to hit the like button, and hit that notification bell because I come out with a video on this topic each and every week, and each time it's gonna get better and better. So without further ado guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into it, into the top 5 newer Pokemon card sets to invest in. All right, and coming in at number 5, and this may surprise a lot of you. This is kind of a wild card, I'll be honest. This one, it really intrigued me based upon a lot of the characteristics, and we'll see if you all agree with this one. Coming in at number 5 is Generations. Yeah, maybe some of you might not even be familiar with this set. It was released on February 22nd, 2016. And it was a product launch specifically for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. 2016 was really a big year in general for Pokemon. I mean, I've talked about this in a previous video, that it was really the renaissance. But the thing that I really like about Generations in particular is that when you look at collectibles or games, anytime there's a specific product launched at a milestone for that brand, it typically holds a strong value moving on into the future. And so I think that's really the thing that sets Generations apart from many other of the expansion sets that you see out there. The other thing is that the booster packs are or were only available for the 20th anniversary merchandise for Generations. So unlike a lot of the other expansions, even things like Hidden Fates, anything like that, you could find those in other pin collections, other sets that maybe had come out previously that they were still launching around that time. But with Generations, the only way that you were going to come across any of these booster packs, especially, were going to be in the 20th anniversary merchandise itself. The one thing that I really like about this particular set is the Elite Trainer box. It's really the way that they constructed it, the packs, everything like that. It was just so reminiscent, to me at least, of the original games, Red and Blue. I remember when it first came out, that was the first reaction that I had was, man, this really reminds me of the Red and Blue games. So we've talked about it before, nostalgia, big factor here for that. The fact that it was brought about specifically for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, which is in its own right, nothing to look over lightly. You look at a lot of the cartoons, a lot of the games that came out in the 90s, many of those died out. So 20 years is a long time. I mean, that's a big milestone for any brand. And the fact that this set was released to celebrate that, I think lends a lot of credence. And so it makes our list at number 5. And coming in at number 4 on our list, coming from the XY series, is Ancient Origins. This set was released on August 12th of 2015. The reason that I like this set, many of you may be shaking your head, Ancient Origins, and a really random set. But the thing that I really like about this set and the trend that I've seen with the XY series is all the way up until Phantom Forces. Those sets that, XY based to Phantom Forces, those have seen a tremendous rise in value. And when you look at the sets that have come after that, we're starting to see a trend where as the years go on, basically every consecutive set is just increasing further and further in value. And we start to look at some of the successive sets that came after sets like Roaring Skies, Primal Clash, and then Ancient Origins. We start to see that there's a trend that every year that goes by, those sets are they're increasing in value. It's just like every successive set the very next year or even the next few months, we just see a huge increase in value in those successive sets. Now, the reason that I chose Ancient Origins over the 2 sets that came before that, because both Primal Clash and Roaring Skies came out before Ancient Origins, is a concept, or I guess an acronym, that I want you all to take home, and it's WITS. What's in the set? Okay. Now, this holds true for really all new sets. Vintage sets, the cards that were in that set don't hold the valuation of that set nearly as much as newer sets. And the reason being is because vintage sets are just harder to come by. So really just the rarity of those sets obviously make them more valuable. But with these newer sets, with them still being, for the most part, readily available, what was in that set, the popularity of that set, the chase cards, that's really what is going to separate a lot of the newer sets from one to the other and determine their overall value both now and moving on in the future. And the cards that I really like from this set, and that a lot of other people really liked at the time that it came out, was the shiny versions of the Primal Pokemon that were previously released in Primal Clash, and that's the Primal Kyogre, the Primal Groudon, and the Mega Rayquaza. The shiny versions of those were big chase cards at that time. A lot of people were excited about those Primal Pokemon receiving their alternative shiny forms, and so I think this is what lends credence to Ancient Origins being a great set to invest in now on into the future. So that's choice number 4. All right, guys, and coming in at number 3, you all know this set very, very well. This was a wildly popular set when it came out. YouTube was inundated with these sets, and especially people looking for this chase card. And that is none other than Burning Shadows. This was released back on August 4th, 2017. As I said, wildly successful set. I really haven't seen a set that successful in quite some time, and that much hype around it. And really, the reason that it had so much hype was for the chase card, and that was the hyper rare Charizard GX. At the time, I watched several videos of different YouTubers or just people in general that were opening packs after packs after packs looking for this hyper rare Charizard. And the card at the time, when people were pulling it, I mean, my gosh, they were going for well over $2,000. Now the prices have obviously dropped way down since then. You know, kind of more down into the few $100 range. But nonetheless, that set and that chase card really separated itself from all the sets that had come before it, and even a few sets that had come after. That hyper rare Charizard really separated that set from the rest. And remember, guys, what's in the set? This hyper rare Charizard being in Burning Shadows. I've heard this from other investors before. This is going to be something that 5-10 years down the line, that is going to be a chase card that people are starting to look back towards getting if they didn't already have it. And I think this is what puts it at our number 3 spot on the list. Coming in at number 2 on our list, the second best investment in newer Pokemon cards that I think you should all be invested in right now is none other than Hidden Fates. Now, this may actually surprise many of you out there that Hidden Fates has come in at number 2. With this set, realistically, this has been one of the most popular sets that I've seen in the last 5 years. It was released back on August 23rd of 2019. And with its release, I think maybe because it was released around the holidays, it was one of those holiday sets, it was wildly successful amongst consumers. And one of the reasons being was that it was such a limited print run for this particular product. Again, talking about that exclusivity, the rarity, those are two characteristics that really separated Hidden Fates from many of the other expansion sets. But realistically, again, what's in the set? Biggest determining factor here was that shiny Charizard GX. Beautiful card, and many people were hunting for this card when it came out, looking for it. Again, when it came out well into the $1,000 range. Now again, it's come back down to a little bit normal playing field, but a wildly successful set. The thing to keep in mind with Hidden Fates, and the reason that I put it at number 2 on our list, is because there's a little bit of uncertainty as to where this particular set is going to go moving on in the future. And the reason being is that there's been a reprint of the Hidden Fates 10s recently. Now, I still think that the Elite Trainer box for Hidden Fates is a really good investment. That's held its value very well and has continued to go up on into the future. But the tins and the reprint of the tins, this may change the price a little bit, because as I said, with that shiny Charizard GX, it'll be interesting to see how many of those are actually reprinted with the tins. And with that being the chase card of the set, if the market becomes saturated with these, we may see this particular series go down in value because of that. But nonetheless, guys, Hidden Fates comes in at our number 2 spot. All right, everybody, this is it. We've reached our number 1 spot on the list of top 5 newer Pokemon sets to be invested in. And number 1 coming in is Steam Siege. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. No, coming in at number 1 on our list, and this might not surprise a lot of you because I've discussed it pretty in depth in previous videos. That is none other than XY Evolutions. Now, guys, I've gone into detail about why I think XY Evolution is the next best set to be invested in. My first video here on YouTube really went into depth about that, exactly why I believe it's the next best set. So if you want to learn more about that, be sure to go ahead and check out that first video. I'll have it either up here in the eye, or you'll see it on the end credits of the video. But just to give you a snapshot and a summary of why I think it's the #1 set to be invested in. First of all, it was released back on November 2nd of 2016. As I said, 2016, pivotal year for Pokemon. 20th anniversary, release of Pokemon Go, and this set soon thereafter. And that's really one of the biggest things, is the timing of this set. The fact that it came out right around the same time of Pokemon Go, when all, and I mean all, of the Gen 1 folks like myself who were re-entering the scene in mass, who were getting back into collecting, who were getting back into the hobby. And the first set that they went out and bought when they were all flooding the market was Evolutions. But the biggest thing, the thing that separates it from all of the rest, in my opinion, is one word, and that is nostalgia. Nostalgia, nostalgia, nostalgia. When all of these folks were getting back into the market, this was the set, it was the reprint of the original base set. This was the set that reintroduced them, that reignited their passion for the hobby. When you look at other sets within XY, you look at the print of those cards, they just don't have the same appeal that XY Evolutions has. And the appeal of this set to that nostalgic heartstring for investors is something that I think is truly going to carry this set forward on into the future. And again, guys, it's not right now. It's not a year from now. It's not 2 years from now. It's 5, 10 years from now, when all of these people are looking back on what was a set that reintroduced them? What was a set that reignited their passion for the hobby? It was XY Evolutions. It was the set that really started it all again for them. So again, guys, I've gone into great detail about this set before, why I think it's valuable, but I just wanted to harp on it again in this video, and why I think it's the #1 set on our list. And you know, you guys let me know. Let me know what you thought of this list. Let me know if you think that you would change it. Let me know if you think that maybe, you know, one should be above the other. Let me know down in the comments what you think your top 5 list would look like. This has really been based upon the perception that I've had of the market, what I've seen, characteristics, tendencies that I notice in really any market. As I've said before, I was a financial advisor, so studying market trends is really what I'm good at. And so based upon those characteristics, these are the top 5 sets that I believe are going to hold the most value moving on into the future. So guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope this video has been informative. I hope that it also provides you guys with some incentive and motivation to go out and start investing even in these newer products. It means that you don't necessarily have to go and buy vintage products. You don't have to throw down a whole lot of money. All of these are, you know, well within anyone's budget, and it's really a good point for you to start your portfolio and get moving in the right direction. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video that I put out on this topic, and I will see you all in the next video.